admittedly, I was kind of expecting a bit more intel on Season 5 today, given that we have a new and, of course, the final season for the Vanguard and Vanguard Warzone era of COD coming this Wednesday. Now, the entire season just kind of looks zany and out there. Continuity and storyline is definitely secondary here, if not further down that list of priorities, which I don't quite care about. I know others do, but with a major title update coming, I was kind of expecting a bit more information on that, but it never came. So in the meantime, I want to play catch up with you guys on something we learned about in regards to both Season 5 as we gear up for that, but also a little bit in terms of Modern Warfare 2, a new bonus that's on the way with the coming season. So as we go along, drop your thoughts down below. What do you think of this upcoming bonus? Are you hoping to see any more in particular? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay there with all things Modern Warfare 2, and of course, in the immediate future, things like Warzone Season 5 upcoming. We're on the road to 500,000 subscribers, so if you guys would like to join us on that road while staying up to date with everything Call of Duty related, I'd love to have you. And finally, we mentioned it briefly yesterday, we're starting to get back into the swing of things of streaming over on Twitch on a regular basis, so if you'd like to join us over there as we build out that community and just chat games, life, or whatever, I'd love to have you over there also. But that said, let's take a look at this new Modern Warfare 2 bonus on the horizon, usable almost immediately in-game, as well as what we can look out for further. So like we said, Season 5 is coming here, and to set the stage, zany as ever. I mean, on Thursday we saw our first preview and breakdown of the event where we got characters coming into Warzone's universe that canonically doesn't quite make any sense at all. Warzone lately has kind of been set in the 70s and 80s across Fortune's Keep, Rebirth, and Caldera, with Titanium Trials sending us to 2003 for some reason, but we're seeing the blending of a couple of universes that previously have never been established to blend together. I mean, we have Rourke from Ghosts, which is a separate universe from even the original Modern Warfare trilogy. Seraph is technically in the same universe and timeline, given the blending of the Modern Warfare 2019 rebooted universe with the Black Ops existing universe, hence why we see Zakhaev in Cold War's campaign, but Seraph also wouldn't be born for another 5 years in canon, even if we're going off of Modern Warfare 2 this year, set in 2022-2023. Menendez could be canon, I mean, being 40 years old by the time of Titanium Trials if we're going into early 2000s, but Al-Assad would be the only one that really kind of makes sense here, especially going into Modern Warfare 2. But then you've got weapons like the EX-1, or as we know it from previous games, the EM-1, a laser gun from an entirely different, again, non-connected universe, but also from the year of 2054 at the earliest point of Advanced Warfare's campaign. So, for continuity's sake, kind of a mess, right? But for the first time in a while, we'll have two operators here at launch while they're just seemingly having fun with this in terms of throwing in some classic legendary characters. One coming with the battle pass, that being Menendez. He's the primary operator for Season 5, but the other is Khaled Al-Assad, also listed as in the launch window. The other two are coming later on in the season, which is to be expected, but an additional operator kind of up front there. And he'll be introduced in the same manner as the other two coming in season in shop, but also he's being introduced as a pre-order incentive for players who are securing their copy digitally for Modern Warfare 2. This was detailed a few days back after the reveal of the season, so while he's part of the lore and will be an operator that's purchasable in the shop as per usual, he may just show up for you if you've already pre-ordered the game digitally. The blog post stated, unlock the infamous operator via the Khaled Al-Assad operator bundle, releasing the store shortly after the launch of the Last Stand season. Additionally, players who have digitally pre-ordered either the cross-gen console, standard on PC, or Vault Edition on console or PC versions of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 will receive the Khaled Al-Assad operator bundle for free and will have immediate access once it becomes available in a store for use in Vanguard and Warzone. Now, I'm kind of also going to assume that this bundle will end up coming with a blueprint for the RA-225, since that's listed as his favorite weapon in the actual character breakdowns that we've seen so far established, but it'll be our sort of first playable piece of Modern Warfare 2 content in Warzone upcoming, even if it's just an operator. So that's another thing to add to the list here of how they're trying to rope you into pre-orders, which brings the running total for those curious for digital pre-orders being immediate unlocks of the Final Judgment bundle in Warzone and Vanguard, upcoming unlocks like the open beta early access and week early access for the Modern Warfare 2 campaign starting on October 20th, and for Vault Edition users, the immediate use of the Ghost Legacy Pack with 20 plus items for Ghost and the M4 MW19, upcoming use of the Red Team 141 pack and FJX Cinder Weapon Vault in the beta and at launch, and also when the game launches and Season 1 rolls around, you'll have that battle pass already prepaid and 50 tier skips to go along with it. So that's the total stuff that we have here, but while we're still on the topic of Khaled Al-Assad, and before we go looking at the future here, one thing that I'm personally really interested in is I'm wondering if we're starting to slowly see more and more teasers for the Modern Warfare 2 narrative and campaign. I mean, because Al-Assad coming back as a main focal point here as a villain just ahead of Modern Warfare 2 kind of makes sense. I mean, he was there in in Modern Warfare 2019 kind of just went away, but was definitely still a villain that you could revisit here, and may be the case with Modern Warfare 2, but even listed during the blog post recalling the 2019 rebooted version of Al-Assad, he's listed as second only to Vladimir Makarov. So I don't think that they would end up making a reference here to the original trilogy Al-Assad, especially when in the paragraph before that, they ended up detailing everything in his contribution to the invasion of Verdansk, his joining and leading of Al-Qatala, all this stuff pertaining to Modern Warfare 2019. So I'm kind of wondering if we may be seeing a surprise villain return here of Makarov, just not marketed in any way, being that shock factor the first time you end up seeing him in game. And the way things are working, we've heard, of course, in-game clips of Overlord, and then it sounds like Shepard as well, with Task Force 141, Shadow Company, General Shepard out there, Khaled Al-Assad, and potentially Makarov being name dropped already for Modern Warfare 2. There's a whole lot that can be done narratively. But anyways, personally, getting back to the idea of pre-orders here and other bonuses coming from Modern Warfare 2, I don't know that I would expect a whole ton more. Historically speaking, we've usually right on average gotten just about this much here in terms of bonuses, outside of what certain retailers and mom and pop shops will throw in as well. But from like an official capacity, this is kind of where we usually settle. And so while there are a lot of cool different things here, one thing that I definitely will want to reiterate here is that this isn't a video of me saying go and pre-order. I really don't care if you do or not. I just want to relay this information so that it can help you make an informed decision one way or the other. And honestly, if you're on the fence, what I'll say to everybody and what I do myself is wait until you get some hands-on gameplay. We are going to see that open beta here coming up next month, so you'll be able to end up getting hands-on time. And those bonuses, they'll still be there in-game and redeemable, even for the sort of instant access stuff like Al-Assad or that Final Judgment bundle. Those will be available in-game after the beta still. So I'd recommend getting some first-hand experience before anything else. But the one thing that I wanted to address also before we wrap everything up is that I saw a bunch of people theorizing about this, and I don't know how I personally feel just yet about it. I kind of think I'm leaning one way rather than the other, but the prospect of potentially Modern Warfare 2 weapons coming into Warzone, like how we saw the M1 Garand and also STG from Vanguard added into Warzone last year. Now, regardless of pre-order or if it's free to play like last year, just kind of something as an added bonus to throw in there, I kind of believe that if this is going to happen, it wouldn't be until after the Modern Warfare 2 beta to start that final countdown of hype for Modern Warfare 2. Last year, we saw the M1 Garand and STG-44 added in with Season 6 of Warzone, so a couple of weeks after the launch and conclusion of the Vanguard beta. People already had their hands-on experience with those weapons. They could just now actually progress them in-game before the game even launched. But at the same time, I also don't know if I'd expect that this year, because unlike Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 are meant to be that sort of ushering in of a new era of Call of Duty, being that fresh start and a new reset. So we, as rumored, won't be having the Modern Warfare 2 weapons in the current Warzone experience, but rather having only Modern Warfare 2 weapons in Warzone 2. So no Modern Warfare 2019, no Cold War, no Vanguard weapons in Warzone 2, and vice versa. No Modern Warfare 2 weapons in the current existing Warzone 1 experience. So as great as it would be to have a head start on that weapon grind, I don't know that I really fully believe that we'll see that if they're only going to add in 2 weapons and not the entire integration that we'll see like we saw the last 2 years beforehand. So that's something that I've seen a lot of people talk about as well. And being that we're discussing sort of pre-orders and looking forward bonuses, I wanted to touch on that here to round out this video. But for now, I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. I wanted to fill you guys in here on a couple of things you may have missed and kind of tie together some stuff with Season 5 as well as Modern Warfare 2 upcoming. So that said, that's what we're going to call it. I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Do you hope to see more bonuses of some sort? Is there something that you're holding out hope for to finally get your pre-order in? Are you not too bothered by any of these, and so therefore you're kind of just waiting either way? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone Season 5 here in the immediate future. But all that said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.